guys, so today I am finally back with a video that pretty much everyone has been, I guess, asking for, sort of, in a way. So on my last two videos, I pinned a comment that basically just said if you guys have any questions, then to just drop them below and I would make a video where I would try to address them all. That way you guys can get a better picture on like exactly what I did in order to lose all of those inches on my waist that seem to have evaporated out of nowhere. And so this is just going to be me addressing those and kind of like giving you guys the 411 on what I did so that you guys can also do those if you choose to, and also just to answer any little lingering questions that you guys have. So to start out, a lot of people ask me what time of the day that I worked out. So if I did it in the morning, if I did it before bed, if I did it at the same time every single day. And the truth is, it varied. I'm one of those people that if I have the time, then I'll do it, but I'm not gonna wake up first thing in the morning and be like, it's time to work out before I've had my morning coffee. So most of the time it ended up being at night, probably like right before dinner, I would say. But I did work out in the morning some days, and I really just like any time that I found I had like a free half hour to an hour, that was pretty much when I would do it. I'm not very strict on like I need to do it at this time every single day. I don't really know if like doing it at different times of the day has any effect on like your results or your outcomes at all. That is probably a question for someone who has any sort of background in athletics, which as we all know, I do not. So yeah, but yeah, just like any time of the day, anytime I could find time, I guess. So another thing that a lot of people asked was just how long did it take for me to start actually seeing results? And to be honest, I don't really think I started seeing major results until about the second week of doing the videos. I could tell like my body was adjusting and like things were definitely happening. I like felt it more than I saw it though. But I think once I hit like maybe like day 8 or 9, that's when I start to notice like, oh no, I have muscles that are sprouting, or, you know, my belly fat's going down, or, you know, my legs seem a little more toned, like things like that. It wasn't like an overnight, like this is changing my whole body in the span of like 24 hours type of thing. So if you are doing any sort of exercise regimen and you're not seeing results right away, or even within, I would say like the first month, I don't think that that's like a red flag that it's not working. It just might be that like you're used to seeing your body every day. So if you're actually like looking in the mirror every morning, you may not be able to notice all of the gradual changes that are occurring. Or it could also be that you're getting results in ways that may not be just a scale or looking in the mirror. Like maybe your muscles are getting more toned, or maybe you're getting stronger, or maybe you're feeling better, things like that. It doesn't all have to be like measurements in inches and pounds. A lot of people also wanted to know if I did any extra cardio or any extra workouts on top of the ones that I did for the video. And if none of you could tell, the answer is hell frickin' no. Like when I started out doing this, like I said, and even besides these workouts, like I am not active. I don't work out. I don't get like exercise. I'm not a hiker. I'm not a cardio person. I am not gonna go run on a treadmill. Those were the extent of the workouts that I did, and those were the extent of the workouts that I continue to do post those 30 days. So yeah, no extra cardio. Those videos were truly all I did during the day as far as exercise and fitness goes. So by far the most asked question was just what does my diet look like? Do I do like a specific diet? Really just questions surrounding like my food intake. And so the truth is I don't really like follow a diet necessarily. Like I don't do keto, I don't do paleo, none of that shit works for me. I do it for like 2 days and then I'm like, nah bitch, I need food. So what I try to do, and try being the key word here because sometimes it just like doesn't work out, but I try to follow an intermittent fasting schedule. So if you don't know what that means, there's like a million videos on YouTube that can probably better explain it than me. But just to like give you a brief overview, what that means is that I try to only eat for an 8-hour window each day. So for me, that's usually noon to 8 p.m. because I am not an early riser. So for those 8 hours, I pretty much eat whatever I want. Like I'm still eating bread, and I'm still eating pasta, and I'm still eating chicken, and like really just anything I'm feeling at that time. So I'm not really like limiting anything that I'm eating. I'm just kind of like limiting the time during the day that I eat. So a lot of people ask just like the specific meals I ate, and I'm not going to give you just like a list of all of that, but if you guys want like a what I eat in a day, or even just like a what I eat in a week type of video, then just let me know and I will try to do that for you. But I'm just gonna tell you right from the get-go, like, my foods are not interesting. It's a lot of chicken and it's a lot of pasta and it's a lot of carbs. So you can probably find more interesting actual like dietitians giving you videos, but regardless, if that's something that you guys want, I can definitely accommodate that, so just let me know. A lot of people wanted to know about my water intake. So that is one thing that definitely did change while I was doing all of this. I am notorious for forgetting to drink water during the day. It'll be like 4 p.m. and I'll be like, oh my gosh, why do I have a headache right now? And then I'll realize it's because all I've had to drink all day was like 4 cups of coffee. I am really bad at staying hydrated. I'm really bad at being mindful of like ounces, fluid ounces, things like that. But during the exercises, I was taking in a ton of water. Like I was drinking, I think like 2 glasses of water, even just while I was doing the workouts themselves. And then during the day, I would try to like be more mindful of the fact that I needed to stay hydrated. I have a best friend who is very fitness heavy, and she from the get-go was like, listen sis, if you're gonna do this, then you need to drink a ton of water during the day to kind of help combat soreness and also just make sure that you're not hurting yourself. So I made sure that I was drinking a ton of more water. Quick tip that I've been using to drink more water though is I found personally that I drink a ton more water if I make sure that I have a straw in my drink, which may seem like so stupid and so little, but at the same time, for me personally, I will drink so much more and not even realize it. Like for some reason, if I have that straw in there and I don't have to actually like be able to see how much water is going down or whatever, it works for me. I just tend to drink more. But yeah, so that's a little quick tip for anyone else who also struggles to make sure that they're getting their certain amount of fluid ounces of water each day. Just make sure that they are reusable straws because it is 2020 and we are saving the turtles. I had a few people ask me whether or not I work out while I'm on my period, and the answer is yes. But I don't work out on my heavy days just because like my body is already doing double time. Like she is bleeding. We do not need to add any more stress to that. So I really will only do it for like the first day and like the last couple days. But on those heavy days, it's just not gonna happen. Like my body is already hitting the struggle bus heavy. I am not about to force it to just kind of go into overdrive. And I just know that during that time, I just wanna lay in bed and I just wanna eat chocolate and drink milkshakes and be left alone, and that's okay. So for the people who had questions about staying motivated, that is something that I personally have always struggled with. I am the queen of giving up after day 3. Like I am a 3-day just go right at it person, and then by day 4 I'm like, nah, not today, I'm done. I did a solid 3 days, I deserve a break, and then that break turns into 2 days, which turns into 5 days. Next thing you know, it's 3 months later and I have gained 5 pounds and I haven't even looked at a workout video at all. So I had a little note on my laptop that just said, this time will pass whether you do it or not, don't be lazy, put in the time. And I have no idea kind of like the science behind that, or if seeing something like that every day makes a difference. But for me personally, every time I saw that, it would just be like a little quick reminder like, oh yeah, that's why I'm doing this. If I am lazy and I don't continue or I lose complete motivation, then that time is still gonna pass anyway. Those 2 weeks are still gonna pass anyway, and the only thing that's gonna be different is whether or not I put in the work. So for me, that's a nice little reminder, like, you should still do it, you know. Those weeks are gonna be throwaway weeks regardless, so you might as well just kind of like keep at it, stay motivated, stay doing what you're doing, and then you'll feel better once those 2 weeks are up. As far as soreness goes, so I definitely felt a lot of soreness when I started, and also towards the end because I hadn't really taken a break at all. I kind of skipped a couple rest days because I just felt like I wanted to like get those last 14 days in and be done with it. But for me personally, I found that at the end of doing like the Chloe Ting workouts themselves, I would do one yoga with Adriene bedtime or wind down video as well. So, and sometimes it wasn't even like a bedtime one, it was just like a low impact yoga or like one that targeted like my shoulders or my legs or something that was sore from doing all the exercises that day. And I honestly felt like that made a huge difference. I noticed when I woke up a couple of times after doing this that the soreness wasn't as bad. I didn't really feel overwhelmed by it. I still was able to like get up in the morning without any issues. So I think it just comes with like forcing yourself to like stretch out all the muscles that you just worked out. Maybe even like getting a foam roller might help, just something that'll like kind of help your muscles unwind after putting in all of that effort and energy. So I mentioned it in my last video, but I did have a couple of people ask if I'm gonna stay consistent after the 30 days are over. And I definitely am. I'm taking a couple of days off right now just to like reward myself, but I do plan on starting again at the end of the week. Maybe not necessarily with the Chloe Ting videos though. I think I actually want to start trying different like workout YouTube, TikTok type videos. I feel like maybe some like dance videos, maybe some cardio based videos, just like kind of figuring out what works for me and also what I enjoy, because the entire extent really of like my knowledge as far as workout videos go are just like yoga videos, yoga with Adriene and Chloe Ting videos. So I kind of want to expand my repertoire or what I have under my belt as far as workout videos go. So quick lightning round of just a couple questions that don't really need any sort of explanation or elaboration. So how tall am I? I'm assuming this is a BMI related question, otherwise it's a weird question, but I am 5'5". How many sets of each video did I do? I only did each video once because there was no shot in hell that I was going to extend any of these workouts longer than they needed to be. Did I take additional breaks during the videos other than the ones that she said? So as far as rest days go, maybe sometimes if I was busy, I would take like one day, but then I would make up for it by not taking the next rest day. So yes, but also no, I just kind of like move them around. And if you mean in between like each individual video or each individual set, absolutely, especially at the beginning, I was taking many breaks as far as I needed them. And lastly, I had, I think 2 or 3 people ask me if I have any plans on like officially becoming a fitness channel. And I have some hesitations about this and I will explain those. So I am not someone who likes to feel limited in any of my creative endeavors. I typically have like multiple other things that I'm doing creatively at any given time. I don't like to feel boxed in, and to call myself like a fitness channel makes me feel boxed in. Do I want to continue to do some fitness videos? Absolutely 10,000%, but I also know that I don't want to be just like exclusively doing one type of video. Like I know that no one really was watching any of my stuff prior to like the Chloe Ting video kind of blowing up or whatever, but there are other things that I enjoy doing and other things that I like making content about, and I feel like it would be wrong of me to say that I'm just never going to do any of those at all again, even though I enjoy them, just because they weren't necessarily commercially successful. So for me personally, like yes, more fitness videos and more health videos are definitely going to be in the future, but they're not going to be exclusively health and fitness videos. So that is actually it, guys. I am sorry if I didn't get any of your questions in. If you want, you can comment them down below and I will try to answer them just in the comment section or in the chat. But I tried to fit in as many as I could in a decent length of time. And also the questions that I answered tend to be like the most asked within those 2 videos. Also, I'm going to have a link down below for some resources because it would be wrong of me to not recognize the racial tension going on in the US right now. So I felt like I just kind of needed to acknowledge that. So I'm going to leave some resources down below to just kind of like provide any sort of means of education for people who may not be fully versed in what's going on, and also just some ways that you can help, whether or not that's donations or signing petitions or anything like that. So please give those a look as well, because it is a very important issue. And we're just striving for a more peaceful and a more equal world. So I think that that's very important to recognize. So yeah, I'm just gonna have some resources down below. Please give those a look. And yeah, that is gonna be it. I'm also gonna have my social media links down below as always. And if you wanna see more videos from me, then please feel free to subscribe. I am trying to do this a bit more regularly now. But yeah, that is gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this and I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you guys next time.